Oh, this is a big moment for me, for you, for this trip. Yeah! 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 Meeple! Meeple! What's up, yins, guys? Welcome back to day 4 of this Canadian vlog. Dan and I hit the water a little after 7 a.m. and we've been doing some trolling. Things are looking up today. It's a little bit warmer. We got the sun out. Water temps are still frigid, but at least it's not raining and at least the wind has died down. So we're gonna give this a rip today. We're gonna do a lot of trolling. We're gonna do a lot of casting. We're gonna probably work baits that have that tight wiggle. So we're looking at probably, you know, the Rapala, F18s. We're probably looking at stuff like SIR Galashad, like the super shads, those types of baits to essentially work in this cold, blustery water. So that's what we're up to today, and hopefully we can get some action. I think Dan's ready to get bit.
I am ready to get bit.
I think he's still thawing out from last night. All right, let's see how it goes.
Dang it! It just got off. That was on the SIR Galashad. That was a massive fish.
Was it?
Dang it!
Oh.
Oh, that was
it big?
That was close to 40.
Was it? Ah.
Oh my gosh.
We're staying in here. We're staying in here.
That was close to 40 inches.
We're definitely staying in here. On the Galashad too. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it.
Oh.
I was just like, ugh. All right.
That thing was like that. It was a tank.
Was it? I didn't even see it because I was trying to get in because I didn't want to get tangled.
I thought I was hitting bottom. And then when I picked the rod out of the holder, it thumped. It's like, that's nice.
Yeah. Okay. This is a oh, this is a big moment for me, for you, for this trip. Yeah! 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 Ah! Oh, I'm shaking, baby! I can't even get over. All right, I just need to take a second here. Oh, thankfully. That's probably the biggest pike I've caught this trip. When we turned, I saw the rod go off and I was like, that's a weed. And the rod was going like this. And I looked behind the boat and I'm like, there's no fish on there, that's a weed. So I kept farting around. And then I saw the fish come out of the water. I was like, oh my goodness. All right, 27 and a half. 27 and a half. Oh, good fish on the Galashad. All right, back in. I think he took off.
He went. My pliers are in the net.
I see that. Oh my goodness. Galashad. Yeah. Fish. That's a fish. It's a small fish, but it's a fish on Galashad. He's small.
Oh, you got it in already.
Yeah. I couldn't tell. Well, it wasn't as eventful as the first time, but that's a fish on SIR Galashad again.
Yeah, baby.
Galashad. This poor fish. Alright guys, one really cool tip for you when you're out there fishing a Canadian lake like this, or really just any lake in general, you guys can do this at home as well, is Dan actually has one of his boxes here. Now this box right here is actually his F18, so the Rapala F18s. Now the cool thing about this is, on the inside of the box, you're actually gonna see the original floating minnow depth chart. So you got feet down, you got feet back, and that's going to help you guys remember exactly how deep a lure will run with the total amount of line out. So just a quick tip for you guys, Dan does a really good job with this, putting those line counters and depth chart taped onto your actual tackle box like that. That's an excellent tip to help you guys stay organized, and also to really, as a quick reference point, so you know exactly how much line that you need to let out on any given lure to meet a specific depth on your body of water. Now things have really gone sideways when I'm vertical jigging for pike. Another quick tip for you guys when you're out there fishing, especially here in Canada with limited space. Make sure you're only pulling out lures that you're going to use, and make sure you're putting lures away so you don't have a giant mess in the boat. Vader, but is really small. He's really small. Tiny, 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 tiny. Like the smallest pike I've ever seen in my life. I don't even know what to say about that, because I was just dragging it through the weeds, like really stupidly slow.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's 3.
Look at that tiny little Canadian pike.
Laying them to waste.
There he goes. Meeple! Meeple! I don't think he's gonna yell back, Dan. Like my hands are gonna fall off. Look how gross that looks. Every finger's cut. Got nails like barely hanging there. Ugh. She is a beautiful lake though. That is faux show. Well, there's a first for everything. And this is the first time in the history of my fishing career where I completely forgot to tie the line through the rest of the eyelets on the rod. How did I miss the top 6 eyelets of the rod? Ugh. Ugh. Maple!
Stick.
Oh, it's a stick. It's a beaver. No, it's a stick. That's a good...
SIR Galashad.
SIR Galashad again. Dude, they're just eating SIR Galashad today. This is the day of SIR Galashad. Let me get you the net. You want me to net
No,
it?
it isn't. It's Leo.
That is a
Mojo.
Leo.
Leo Mojo, baby.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure it did not escape the net. Yeah, no skunk, baby! Woo!
Leo Mojo, baby.
The Leo Mojo.
Send that. That's my custom color I had Todd paint me.
There. I'm in.
Hold on. Huh?
Yeah, baby! No skunks! No skunks allowed. We'll give a little nod to the Andrews musky bait here and run him till the end of the night. Pretty sweet looking color there. Caw-caw! 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 All right, Yins guys, we just ended day 4 out here on Beattie Lake. Another trying day for the pike fishermen. We got out early, around 7 a.m. It is approximately 9:30 p.m. We spent a lot of time casting early. We spent a ton of time trolling throughout the day. We went on an adventure up to another lake that's basically a moose puddle. It's connected to this lake. Couldn't really get back there. The lake was blocked. There were some trees down, some big boulders in there. So it was a little adventure. It was kind of fun. You know, bottom line today, it was a grind again, and we know we're going to continue to run into grinds with the way the water temps are. At least we had some sun today. It was beautiful, but really you got to take it for what it is. It's just beautiful Canadian wilderness. I just love it up here. Every twist and turn, there's just another aspect of its beauty. You have these wooded shorelines. You have big boulders, beautiful water. This is one of those tea-type lakes. You get that tea-colored water. And just the pine trees, you know, the endless Canadian wilderness. So you guys got to get up here, check out Air Ivanhoe. They do awesome charters. They have awesome cabins. Get a beautiful cabin like that. You can see the fire there going. It comes with docks. You get the boats. Everything's included, and you get a beautiful lake all to yourself that looks like that. So, a couple of highlights from today. I ended up with 3 fish, which is pathetic. Dan ended up with 1 fish, which is also pathetic. We're just getting our butts kicked by this weather in this lake. However, big moment for me today. I want to just take a minute to talk about it. Yesterday, Dan had a bite on SIR Galashad and landed a fish on SIR Galashad. Now, I was super pumped about this, and we were joking because I kind of told him at the time, I was like, it's not as big to me if I didn't get it. So, you know, he caught the fish. I was super pumped. I was super excited about it. It was one of those moments, okay, so I made a bait. It took me forever to figure this thing out. It took a lot of money to kind of throw into that to get this bait produced for myself. And he caught a fish on it. So, you know, he had a follow earlier in the season back in PA. I was super pumped about that. When he landed the fish yesterday, there was a little bit of excitement, but I was so tired and frustrated from fishing all day and not really catching anything that I kind of let that get the better of me. So I apologize to Dan today. We were super excited to get one in the boat, but we had a moment. We were back in this cove and I was trolling SIR Galashad, and I had about a 27.5-inch pike come out of the weeds off the weed edge and just hammer the bait. I got the fish netted, and immediately after Dan netted the fish, immediately it was kind of like all of this bad weather and the bad fishing just went away. I immediately got to feel what it feels like to build a bait from scratch, carving wood, paint, epoxy, screw eyes, all of that stuff. You know, from me trying to figure out the bandsaw to carving these blades down to cutting my finger and ending up in the ER. It all culminated in that one fish for me today. And I got to tell you, I'm just extremely thankful and I'm super pumped about it. It was kind of one of those moments in life where you work really, really hard at what you love and you're able to accomplish a goal. And I was able to do that. And I set a goal for myself, catch a fish on my bait for this year. I can check that goal off and move on with life. So on to catching a 40-inch muskie. So that was awesome. And really Canada gave me the best opportunity for that. Now, a couple of thank yous. So a couple of people I want to thank that's hung in there with me, that's helped me along the way. First and foremost, Deanna. She has been an absolute soldier of support for me through this entire bait making process. She's run out and picked up tools for me. She's helped me allocate funds to be able to do this. She's supported me. She's helped me base coat. She's let me do all this work in the living room, in the dining room, and also she was right there with me to take me to the ER when I slipped and cut my finger. So a big thank you to Deanna. You know, I love you. I appreciate all of your support and all of your love. Thank you very much for that, to allow me to kind of fulfill a goal and a dream. Number two, Dan. You know, Dan, thank you very much for bait testing, for supporting me, you know, helping me with the bait process, giving me some ideas. A couple other people, Mark King, you know, kind of gave me a few ideas with the paint job. So Mark, I really appreciate that. If you're watching, thank you very much for those tips and tricks when it comes down to making baits. Just awesome person for him to reach out and kind of help me out. And finally, Andrew Holbert from Andrew's Musky Lures. Andrew has been banging ideas off of me and just really helping me and mentoring me through text, through Facebook for weeks now. And I really couldn't have done this without Andrew's help. So I just want a big special thank you to Andrew Holbert. You guys need to check out his baits. I'm going to be running a lot more tomorrow. Same with Mark King. They make awesome, awesome baits. You know, New York, Pennsylvania influence. I love the local bait makers. To me, just such an awesome community to be a part of when you got people that support you and help you like that. So I just want to send a couple of thank yous out to those guys. Just really awesome that I was able to get a fish on SIR Galashad, and I'm super pumped to continue to fish it. I actually got 2 fish on SIR Galashad today, so the total is 3, which, by the way, the leading bait to this point was actually Evan Schoss's meatball, and I lost it. We went and looked for it. It's gone. So Evan, I'm going to be reaching out to you to pick up a couple more baits at some point soon. Wish Sasquatch would stop whistling at me. He's been whistling at me for the last 5 minutes. All right, so here's the deal for tomorrow. We're going to get up early. We're going to head to Oswald. Oswald is the neighboring lake right beside us. We got a 15-minute bushwhack walk to get there, and then we're going to take some limited baits with us, and we're going to go over there and fish for the entire day. So I am excited about that. I'm super ready to get over to Oswald. That is another trophy pike lake. Water temps suck. The weather sucks. It's cold. Deal with it. Let's get out there, and let's try to get a couple more fish in the boat. It's about catching a couple of pike a day and really searching for that big 35 to 40-inch fish. We had one today on SIR Galashad. Dan actually lost it. It was probably close to 40. It was a big fish back in a weedy bay. So we will see. We're going to do some more of that tomorrow. We're going to see how it goes. So hopefully you guys are liking these videos. We are exhausted. We are getting our butts kicked by Canada. However, I really hope you guys like this content. And hopefully, at the very least, it'll help you check out beautiful places like this on the planet, like here in Canada. Check out Air Ivanhoe. It's a great lodge to go out of, and really get some time to get out here in the peace and quiet and do some fishing. It's important for you guys to be able to do that and see these types of things. So with that said, I'm gonna go get some rest. We're gonna go eat some dinner. We're gonna play some cards. We're gonna rearrange some baits. We're gonna get ready for tomorrow. So we will see you guys in the morning. Pa.